Hi guys, welcome to this episode of PATRIK BARFI Show. And then perceive be kakra. Is it smart to use your HELOC to pay off your mortgage? Is it smart to use HELOC to pay off your mortgage? In name say any more day, it drew say na internet talking too much about how I'm for very financially. But one here I'll be a mistake and bet me put into big trouble. And then I can mostly about HELOC. HELOC ran it started from HELOC now. HELOC HELOC simply means a home equity line of credit. Home equity line of credit. Now home equity line of credit. So home equity line of credit, no. And I say the friend's equity. There was here T equity, I say, and the equity plan, the equity they say it be a war fee. Now if I saw 2 fee 5 years ago, now it be out on 400. Now maybe 5 years ago, fee now be 500. The difference between the worth of the house at this time, any time I was told, say a kosra, the difference no, to emphasize with 400 to 500 to 500, and say that means the 100 no, any equity. Equity any no. Now you will mean when it comes to those things now, HELOC near home equity line loan. All right, home equity loan, say yeah, with the equity, because remember the difference between the 400 and 500 difference no a equity. Utimi ebia so your home friends and home equity loan and no your ransom. It is say maybe 500,000 if I may pay be a 50,000 out of it. Nyama 50,000. Now it's a form of a loan, straight up match it ransom. Now me make a payment every month. Every month, if you make a payment, it's the margin loan. That's if you are talking. Now we make a payment every. I say no installment. These are all the time. Yeah, those are now the other one here. Equity line of credit. HELOC no, in the form of like a revolving type. It's the difference between a difference HELOC in the form of like revolving as a more of like a credit card type. The HELOC no then I'll be media and I say your friend saying HELOC no bit be up pretty much what I spend on be up so to be it's in same HELOC HELOC how does HELOC work? Your friend said to say the mechanism form like a form of a revolving like a credit card type. It's in fact of 40,000 HELOC. Now you use 35,000. You 5,000. Between the idea of the remodel, my kitchen, my door, dying, sorry, my door. Your friend is saying, car, the person may be sometimes we create immediate normally be almost at your down a dime be which is very risky. But people will be to me as I don't know. It's the idea was a media 40,000, we use 35,000. That means I know 5,000. HELOC. Then when we say I'm 35,000 back, 40,000 back. Meeting as a just a revolving, which may use what you know is not just a credit card paper. Now, let's say how long does it take to get HELOC and how much can you get? HELOC is almost like a mortgage type. HELOC to me, the processing is the same. They check your credit, need those things. They say they will to dine. Just the only difference. They say this time, equity, they will fee and would just all the dine is here watch it, but they will go through the normal process now. And money easier because they always can be that one now. Free, as is Canada home, and free. Now, the Ubetimian 80% of the HELOC now, if I say equity, no. And example, if I say 180,000. Now, if I say after my top 180,000, after about 5 years, now me only 100,000. That means there's equity of 80,000 in there. That means equity 80,000 no equity. Now make me 80% of it. It makes me 64,000 out of it. That's how the closing cost. Or apply for HELOC. It's the same mortgage now. The closing cost, upfront fee, need those things in now. You have to look out for those things. And sometimes don't think I just we cry the initial. No, I say I am no, I'm a baby. You have to be very careful. I had a cost now. It's all to die. So now I'll be I got the same upfront fee, need those things, closing cost in. You have to look at it most of the time. I'm not tricky. I just no, won't yeah, and I say they will add it to whatever it is. You have to be very careful about that. And again, say HELOC, you have to be very, very careful because the fine print, and I said the contract very tricky. And again, I mean, post one, I mean, can be in fact HELOC these days is very good when you're trying to get anything, trying to buy a car, trying to get a loan, trying to buy a home, trying to do those things now. It come with a contract, fine print in the I won't even read. Try to find somebody. These days there are so many people around. On between my wife for years, I don't know. Yes, with me. Between things are be a contract. Maybe those things no. Between read it no explain it show on this anyway. Small fee be a bit here. Ukoji equity of an answer ukoji be 100,000, 80,000. I want to say no sign. Go and change. This time men cost just like that. Especially HELOC very tricky. After when you be a winner or sign contract, almost so many things a woman. After that, you have to pay. Be a fancy transaction fee. Anytime be anytime be able to swap a credit card or anytime be able to transaction be fee kakrebi emoji. Minimum withdrawal fee, minimum I also to withdraw a free, it be every month be at least also to withdraw this minimum. One who sign him now who go and think it inactive fee will just what jam not was active up to be a certain point and no one shall be to a few early termination fee. It be the contract and say that loan and that equity that difference HELOC it was last year up to be between 3 to 5 years or 10 to 5 to 10 years. You might pay be a fee or to say or refinance will fee be 2 years when you refinance after so before then those things and I said if you come a time the you have to pay require balance fee. Well, you have to have amount to be a certain amount or something. So I yes so many you say, try say sign you have to know all those things. Very tricky. But now let's come to our question. The question is is it smart to use HELOC to pay off a mortgage? Knowing what you know right now, I don't say HELOC and yes simple sir. Most situation and HELOC na deba kwa say a very tricky, a very interesting variable. I'll come to that. It's before the question is it smart to use HELOC to pay off your mortgage? You should be about how a man food to me uses some use HELOC to pay off their mortgage. Now you free home. Send it here. Maybe try some day way bahana. Okay. TNT BB
a free Excel sheet calculators that you guys can use to basically determine how much money and time it's called a chunking strategy. Traditionally, you guys have been putting your income into a checking account, right? And I changed the color in this so that we make it a little bit more interesting. And traditionally, what you guys have been doing is you've been taking your checking account and making your monthly payments on your mortgage. Well, in this strategy, using a HELOC, what we're going to do is we're going to establish a HELOC. A little bit smaller. There we go. Home equity line of credit. And let's say we have a $50,000 limit. Just remember, guys, not all $50,000 can be. It can be used, but you don't have to, right? It works very similar to a credit card. And let's say with your mortgage, you have a $250,000 balance. So what we're going to do, and ideally, in real life situations, this is something that I don't suggest. But let's say we take the entire $50,000 that we have on our HELOC, okay, and then we're going to go ahead and make a principal payment against the mortgage. Okay, so what that does, guys, I'm going to change color. It brings the mortgage balance down to $200,000, and then now we have a balance of $50,000. Now, of course, like I told you guys earlier, I don't suggest that you guys max out the HELOC for many various reasons, but just for illustration's sake, stick with me here. So what we've done is, when we do a $50,000 principal payment against the mortgage using our HELOC, we have reduced the amount of interest that we are owed on your mortgage. And obviously, you guys can go and calculate this on your own. And you guys can also download the calculator that I'm going to give you guys at the end of this video to figure out why this actually saves you money. And no, we didn't incur more debt. We have the same exact amount of debt, right? $200,000, $50,000. We didn't have more debt. And another misconception is that, well, now, Sam, we have 2 monthly payments. We get the mortgage payment and we got the HELOC payment. Well, here's how we get rid of that. And in reality, in this strategy, you only have one payment. Instead of putting your money into your checking account, okay, and paying your mortgage directly out of the checking account, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put all of our income into the HELOC. Now, the reason why we do this, and going back to the whole simple interest calculation, is we want to drive down the balance on the HELOC as much as we can, right? We want to get that thing low, super, super low. Let's say our income is $5,000, for example, okay? We're going to go and put all $5,000 into the HELOC such so that we can go and lower the balance on the home equity line of credit. Now, I know some of you guys are thinking, well, hold on. If we put all of our money to the home equity line of credit, how do we spend our money? How do we take care of our expenses? How do we take care of our bill? Yada, yada, yada. Well, I get that, guys. So what happens is, using your HELOC, you're going to go ahead and be able to pay your bills, right? Gas, groceries. And in most cases also, if you find the right banks, the banks will also have a account number as well as routing number for the HELOC. So you can do ACH transactions right out of the HELOC. You can pay bills and groceries. You can also have your paycheck auto-deposited into the HELOC without having to move money around. So it makes things a lot easier if you do it that way. Now, the reason why we use the HELOC, remember, going back to the whole average daily balance, we want to lower the average daily balance as if we took the whole $5,000 and made that payment against the mortgage, which we didn't. We were using the HELOC. But we can also use the same amount of income that we have, the same HELOC, to be able to buy groceries and take care of our bills. So what we've done, ideally, is we've lowered the average daily balance, and while we're not using the money, because obviously we're not going to go in and deposit our check into the HELOC, and then the next day we're going to use it all right away. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. But while we're waiting for us to spend money on bills and gas and groceries, it's saving us money because the HELOC reflects a lower balance while we wait for us to use that money. Now, here's a better version of strategy, which I'm an even more bigger fan of. This is actually my personal favorite of the strategy, mainly because it pays us money, and at the same time, it saves the most amount of interest in terms of using our strategy. So just like what I explained to you guys earlier, we're going to go and take our income. Okay, we're going to put it on our HELOC. Okay, I don't draw the best circles, but I'll do what I can. And instead of using the HELOC to pay for expenses directly, what we're going to do is we're going to go and employ a credit card. Okay, and some of you guys may know this, some of you guys may not. But with credit cards, whenever you guys go and swipe that thing to go and buy something, typically most credit card companies are going to give you anywhere between 21 to 30 days of an interest-free grace period. So let's say I went and bought this pen today and swiped my credit card. I have 30 days until the interest kicks in. So for the next 30 days, I don't pay any interest on the purchase of this pen. So you can handle your bills, groceries, and I know that not all bills and groceries can be paid using your credit card. I'm aware of that, but try to get everything on your credit card as much as possible. So your groceries, right? Diapers, my goodness, those are expensive, right? So pretty much all of your bills and expenses are going to go on your credit card. Keep in mind, guys, for the next 21 to 30 days, all the expenditures and spendings are subject to interest-free until, of course, the next statement cycle. So you get 0% interest here for 21 days, 21 to 30 days. And ideally, guys, what you want to do is work with a credit card that gives you points. And why you want points is obviously...
Okay. So at this point, I don't know about you. My brain hurts. I'm losing calories. Wow. See, you have to go through all this. You see, when it comes to personal finance, be simple. Be very, very simple. And to make sure the bit also off your mortgage area. Off mortgage area. Pay down the mortgage. Personal finance and yet too complicated. Money complicated that it is so much. Look at we now for paycheck now could go equity for dinosaur. Yes, it's true. So the dinosaur a 250 about 200 expensive. But you're not hook off your friends say your mortgage. You're still paying your mortgage. Say a mortgage no pay to the illustration say you system now. Your 300,000 mortgage, right? Your 300,000 mortgage. In fact, they pay 5% in the 30-year mortgage. 3 years ago, in fact, not interest rate be 3%. 3%, now your mortgage be 1,940. Mortgage 1,940 into the end of the year, right? Yet, say my equity, home equity. Na me dia tell me down so na say fancy me down about at this point I drew 250. Now my J 200 na I kept 200,000, but I'm still paying the 1,900. But money actually said yes the when you discount paycheck ni guma so besa kutua for BBF for service media. Anything happens, you can easily lose your home. You're gonna be in trouble. A headache, a stress. Like I said, be simple when it comes to these things. Now let's see, right? This is your 1,009. If I want to pay off my mortgage, very simple. Many are breaches. I like the idea. Say, we pay off your mortgage, but very nice because to your mortgage, we are away freedom. Kakra wa ubiti me move around. Let me invest more into the infinite amount now. Now this is just regular. The first one I use here, your friends say mortgage calculator. Now this one be used to pay off mortgage calculator. It's a very simple thing. We call online. I'll be and yet GDPR. It's 250,000 and I can see right. The time and you start to say you pay off this year, this month year, right? Loan is every 30 years percentage interest rate 30% any. Right now, this is baby Andrew. All right, you see, we are going to just sacrifice. And you emphasize sacrifices every day. You mortgage, $10 into $20. It's now about sacrificing now. It's first kind of for the idea process. See, idea was now in that most of us need Ukajuma, first data. It's now a sacrifice for Saturday. Until $20 every day, I will spend 10. We are now spending 10, we still spend 10. It's $20. Now we are sacrificing for $20. A dear Diana, because you testament to it, many do for well, Diana free. We do $20, 20 times 5 years, saying 100. If you yet sell for the whole month times 4, $400. You trade BBR, you get the $400 spent at your day to $400. Sorry, I do $400 at 11 years, 2 months. It's a mortgage, 30-year mortgage, and it's 11 years, 2 months. You see, when it comes to personal finance, it will be very simple. Men quite complicated things be. Now you can see any breaches. It's now you sacrificing that. You try say, okay, 3 times in a week, you pay you extra. you say overtime you be the $100 a week. It's 3 times, 5 days in now, we did 3 times in a week. You be making sure say making just extra 100. Wife be making extra $100. Miss tries to make extra $100. Every week you 200 times 4 800. It is here the 800. Near the kind of 400 near sacrifice it. When you see you queen who it just your brand we just one your friends 3 times in a week. You 800 plus 400, 1,002. See the 1,002 that took when you at least 19 years 1 month. 19 years 1 month. Very simple. Man, how will be bring stressy in a equity in a no too much. I'll say it again when it comes to personal finance. Be very simple. Who is almost say many wondering so very nature money. Now this animal baby. You pay more. Right? Until they imagine say any break, not even crepes try increase your income. Let's look at it this way. Average American study say we spend about almost $1,800 aside our mortgage. Those are things that a bit me are preventing. One, because almost average American our car loan, your student loan, your credit card, your friends and balance also, your personal loan. On average, it's about $1,800. Until if we say you be a 1,800, let me pay off all these debts. That's 1,800 now. Extra 1,800 now. If you're pocketing for your day, 2 weeks to 1,008 a month, and your extra and your day can just check it out. I tell you, 21 years. That means we make sure that I can less than 10 years. Less than 10 years. So man, how so many things and the complication be bring about life. Be simple when it comes to those things. Be very, very, very simple. You see, I don't know about you, but at this point, we see children. Now, just say, my brain cram too much. You see, Einstein can say, explain to 6-year-old. Nice a cry, I won't tear say. And when it comes to finance, you might be how I may have this will be a bit now, right? This is so complicated. Men found shame and go for trouble. It's like the beer me preach say, if you try say bring it with debt down, you have options. More options, so amount. My friends say, try so bring it down after will be beer. Both say, bibi kakra wa tree. That bibi kakra more options. Leveraging the more options. Options no betimi ama the opposite way bia betimi extra betimi the two mortgage so betimi the other things. Say we can now some can just say share na bag na woto no me nkoto bi. Like I say Gucci Louis Vuitton is animal na woto ni man can say this is extra would they become into the bia betimi call vacation betimi call Ghana to say because already we are saying by just extra bikakra bia labor epeboa. You can still lead your life, enjoy your life, and still put extra on your mortgage. Just a little bit, So you making sure say we get away from all those things now. And make sure we stay and being very, very simple. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Right? Make sure extra PATRIK BARFI, make sure say you spend wisely. You spend wisely, save intentionally and give generously. So watch out for the next video, PATRIK BARFI.